Hi, we're the girls from Cuckoo's Cuisina. I'm Joanne.
I'm Jackie.
And I'm Kelly. Today we're going to start off our Anytime Flips week, and we're going to be doing it with Tiganites, which is a Karpathian version of pancakes.
Which are really crisp on the outside and this like nice moist center. And you know, it's just, we make tiny little ones. They're not like real big pancakes or anything, but you eat a whole bunch of these, you're gonna flip over them.
Yeah, and we've got some unique toppings we're going to show you after we're done that are classically Karpathian toppings.
Right.
So this food, you think pancakes is breakfast, but you can really eat this any time of the day. You can have it for breakfast, you can have it for dessert, you can have it for dinner when you're hungry. Who doesn't like to stop at a diner and have breakfast
Pancakes.
food, right? Yeah, absolutely.
And we got this, I'm going to give a shout out to our friend Maria at the Althea Hotel in Karpathos because she's the one that inspired this for us. So we made a couple of little modifications, and this is what we're going to show you today.
So let's get started.
Let's get started. So what do we have here, Jackie?
So first we have some flour, and what I'm going to put in is a little bit of sugar with also a little bit of salt. And then you're just going to mix that all together so it's nice and combined.
Yeah, it's easier to distribute it when it's dry ingredients first, and then once it's all mixed in together, you add your wet ingredients.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And to that, we're going to add a little bit of our orange zest.
So this adds some nice citrus flavor to your tiganitas without, like, orange juice would make them flat and kind of wet and mushy on the inside.
Yeah, so it's really like, I have a small orange here, so you could just use a small orange and just get the zest off of that. Now, we tried this over the summer.
Yeah.
And we had an ingredient that really didn't work with this,
Yeah.
so we said, okay, we're going to reshoot this and try it differently. And so we're just going to finish off our orange zest right there. Okay, there we go.
So it gets nice and mixed in.
And then separately, we're going to take 1 egg. Now, our recipe's on the blog.
Yeah, so all the amounts are there. We're basically showing you the technique of doing this.
Okay, so we're scrambling up our egg here. And we're going to that. We're going to add a cup of milk. Okay, and that's all mixed together well. And then we're going to add our flour to the egg.
These out of the way. So just gradually add the flour and whisk it in until you have it all combined. And you don't need this to be smooth. A little few lumps is fine. Just like pancake batter, you don't want it to be completely smooth. And this is different from pancakes because you don't have any leavening agents in this.
No, so these are not supposed to be like these big fluffy pancakes. I know that when I make pancakes, I do put leavening agents in it.
Right, you'll have like baking powder or baking soda depending on what your ingredients are.
And it's truly a pancake, but that's not what these are. These are not pancakes. These are really tiganites.
How do they
Which
compare,
means
let's say, with lucumadas? Is it a similar kind of a...
Yeah, it's similar, but it has more consistency of a pancake than it does of a lucumada, but it has that nice crunchy outer part, which is what these are going to have.
And notice this doesn't have any fat inside the batter.
Right.
So basically...
So see, this is what your batter is going to look like. And we're going to let it rest for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, pull it up this way.
Okay.
Like that. And you're going to have a few lumps in there. What we're going to do is we're going to cover it and let it sit for 20 minutes. And then we're going to come back and we're going to fry it up. So see you in a bit.
All right, so it's been 20 minutes and our batter is ready to go, and we've heated up our olive oil in a pan.
So we're going to just start. And what you want is, you know, small circles. You don't want really big. Here it's sizzle.
There it looks like it's about a half a ladle. But if you have a pan about this size, you're going to fit in, what do you think, about 4 of them, right?
4, yeah. Just enough so that you have to be careful when you flip them too, because you don't want the oil to spatter back up on top of you. Because they are being kind of deep fried, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And what you're going to do is once they're mostly cooked, you're going to be flipping them over. So these are what, about 2 minutes per side?
Yeah, about 2 minutes. You'll see the recipe on our blog and it'll tell you, you know, how long.
Yeah. And what we're going to do, once these are ready, we have classic Greek toppings that are used in Karpathos. We have some honey that we're going to heat up so we can drizzle over them instead of syrup. We've got some toasted walnuts, but you can use almonds, pistachios, what other nuts that you like. And then we also have some toasted sesame seeds. And then we're going to top it off with some cinnamon.
Here you can see that nice golden brown.
You want them to be like this golden brown when you flip them over.
Like I said, it's usually good to use a couple of spatulas so that you don't get this oil spattered into your face.
And it's a couple of minutes per side. Once you have them flipped over, that's the time you want to heat up your honey. Do it for about 10 seconds in the microwave so it's drizzly. So as you transfer them from the frying pan, you want to put them on a paper towel lined dish so it'll soak up all that extra oil.
And Jackie, why don't you you can transfer those now because they've drained off.
They've drained off,
You
so
can
they
just layer them nicely
put them
here.
in your serving plate.
These are nice and golden here.
So I would say you let them drain for a couple of minutes
Yep.
because you want to eat these warm. You don't want them to get cold. So now we're finishing up layering our tiganites on our serving plate. And we have some nice warm honey here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drizzle the honey over the top. I know, Jackie, you like to do this, right?
It's okay.
It's okay?
I'll relinquish my honeydews.
You relinquish? Do you want to do the cinnamon?
Sure.
So after you do your honey,
And the honey actually is taking the place of obviously maple syrup
Right.
or any kind of syrup you would use on
Right.
your pancakes.
why? Because these are Karpathian. They're
Right.
Greek.
And use as much as or as little as you like.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like to saturate them.
You want to lightly dust with the cinnamon just to give them a little flavor. You don't want it overpowering. It's good. You're doing a great job.
That's perfect.
Perfect. And you can smell it because it's just such a beautiful smell.
And then we have some toasted walnuts here. And you could use any nuts that you like. If you like pecans, you could put pecans on it. But of course, walnuts is a very Greek thing.
Joanne always goes to the pecans when
I
we're
know.
doing Greek.
I love pecans, but
I do too. And
walnuts
it
are
works.
great with this as well. You could use a mixture of nuts if you like also, but just make sure you lightly toast them in a pan.
And we've got the information on how to do that on our blog with the recipe. Okay,
now
and
try
then
to
next
get
thing we'll
the
do a little bit of
sesame
sesame seeds.
Oh, they're flying away.
Sesame tends to fly away. You want to be closer when you do it.
Still perfect.
And that's great.
There.
So here we have our anytime flipped tiganites.
Kaliorexi.